Israel-Iran war news today. Netanyahu defies Biden warning as world awaits Rafah decision and Palestinians flee. After Joe Biden threatened to cut weapon supplies if Israel launched a full-scale offensive in Rafah, Benjamin Netanyahu vowed Israelis would fight with their fingernails. Israel's leader hasn't ordered Israeli settler violence in West Bank devastate Palestinians. Since October, Israeli army forces and illegal settlers have murdered at least 485 Palestinians and injured 4,900 others in the occupied West Bank, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. The same time saw almost 340 attacks on healthcare facilities and staff in the occupied zone, according to a ministry statement. Hamas, which carried out the October 7 attacks, does not rule the West Bank and holds no hostages. Even Israel's greatest international supporters, like the U.S., denounce West Bank conflicts and riots caused by Israeli settlers threatening and inflicting violence on Palestinians if they don't give up their land. The Associated Press reported this morning that Palestinians in the region feel hopelessness and powerlessness in the face of this violence. It shows burned buildings and cars in Douma, a highland community. The village council's head said the wreckage along Douma's main road was the aftermath of a 3-hour arson attack in mid-April that wrecked 15 homes and shot 6 inhabitants. The UN reported approximately 800 settler violence against Palestinians in the occupied West Bank since Hamas invaded Israel from Gaza on October 7. As gun-toting Israelis police the area 20 miles north of Jerusalem, Douma's burned ruins show its scant resources to clean up and rebuild, let alone protect itself from further intrusions. "We as the hamlet of Douma, do not have the power to protect ourselves," stated local council chairman Suleiman Dawabsha. April 13's rampage resembled one almost a decade before. In 2015, settlers firebombed a Douma home, killing 3 Palestinians, including an 18-month-old. In the West Bank, soldiers have shot and killed roughly 500 Palestinians, according to the Ramallah-based health ministry. Since October 7, Palestinians in the West Bank have killed 9 Israelis, including 5 troops, according to UN data. The far-right administration of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu promotes Israeli sovereignty in the West Bank, which Israeli human rights groups say fuels settler violence. These groups believe the Israeli army doesn't stop the violence and even protects settlements. The Israeli army says it investigates military complaints and protects West Bank residents. Ibrahim Dawabsha, a truck driver and father of 4 from Douma, claimed most of his family hid in the kitchen as settlers set their home on fire. "My daughter was alone at her uncle's place," he stated. "What they might do to her I don't know." Spanish, Irish, and other EU nations will acknowledge Palestinian state this month. As reported before, the UN General Assembly will vote today on a resolution to grant Palestine new rights and advantages and ask the Security Council to favorably evaluate its request to become the 194th Union member. Before that decision, EU foreign policy leader Josep Borrell stated Spain, Ireland, and other EU members would recognize a Palestinian state on May 21. In March, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said that Spain, Ireland, Slovenia, and Malta have tentatively recognized a Palestinian state alongside Israel, believing a 2-state solution was necessary for peace. On local Spanish radio station RNE, Mr. Borrell stated Spain, Ireland, and other EU countries would recognize a Palestinian state on May 21, including Slovenia. "This is a political emblem," he remarked. "This is more than a state, it recognizes the wish to exist." He predicted Belgium and other nations would follow. After announcing the recognition decision, Spanish Foreign Minister José Manuel Alvarez did not specify a date. Although Foreign Secretary David Cameron has suggested recognizing a Palestinian state before Israeli-Palestinian discussions on a 2-state solution, the conservative administration has refused. In February, he said official recognition can't come at the start of the process, but it doesn't have to be the absolute end.